working on this project for 10 years, and it's been going on a little bit longer than that. And this collections that I'm going to be talking about, one of them has been online for about 7 years. So the main theme here is that these old photographs are accessible in a new way, as far as we have a new interactive map, and we have some new formats to choose from instead of just one compressed format available. So the first collection is a statewide collection, and the years run from 1937 to 47, and that's each individual county is a different year. And the second collection is for the Upper Mississippi River from 1927. The collection that's statewide has a new improved interactive map. The other collection doesn't have an interactive map yet. And then we have JPEG, SID, those are compressed, and then the TIFF is uncompressed format. We have a new interactive map because the old interactive map, that platform is going away. And so the new platform is on ArcGIS server. Then here is an introduction to the new platform. Before you only had one base map, now you have 5 base maps to choose from. And none of these base maps are the historic aerial photos themselves. Those photos are not georeferenced, and so they're just literally photos. And so you would go to the website, and you'd find there's red squares that indicate the photo centers. And here's, you can search by township, section, and range, which you couldn't do before. You can also search using addresses. There's a little button that looks like a house at the top, and enter an address and go right to an area. Here's a Peoria area, and there's a couple photos that cover the downtown area. You would just click on those red dots. And by clicking on them, you get the identify tool, which is a little blue circle with an eye on it. Grab that, and then you click on any of the red dots. You'll get information about the photo, and you'll be able to select what format you want. If you want to get a wide range of photos to look at the information for, then you use the Select Features tab and draw a box around the photos that you want to take a look at. You won't bring the photos up initially, but it'll tell you information. You can decide which one you want. There's also other layers you can add to the base map, and you can toggle these on and off however you want. And then there's also, you can set the transparency of those layers. You can also set the transparency of the base maps too. If for some reason you don't want to use the interactive map or it's not available, we do have another way to search for the photos. Here you can go to any county and go to the format that you want to get the photos in, and then it'll bring up a county. Anything that's underlined is a link to a photo. If it's not underlined, those photos might exist somewhere, but they were not scanned for this project. And it's fairly easy to find your way around. The next collection was made because of the Great Flood of 1927. The green is the 2011 flood, and the blue is the 1927 flood. That's how much of an impact it had on the United States. And so then this collection was flown by an act of Congress in August and September of 1927. The whole Mississippi River and other navigable riverways were, photos were taken so that they could get a handle on the engineering that would need to happen to control the river. This doesn't have an interactive map. You just pick your format. There's actually 3 collections, but we only have photos for one of them. They're still locating the photos for the other 2 collections. But you get into the collection, and you can, it's organized by navigational pools. You can click on a pool, or you can just scroll down, and on the next slide, you'll see that we have cities listed next to the photos where those cities are, so that you can kind of find your way around in there. It'll be a little easier once we get the interactive map part of this finished, but this is still fun to look at these photos. They're really interesting. This is one example showing you where they put lock and dam number 12 in, and you can see what was there before. And these photos are useful across multiple disciplines, and so this one shows hydrology, this one shows geology. I just highlighted a couple of the karst features. You can see that on the 1940 photos, you can see them more clearly than you can on the 2005. And this has helped a few of the scientists at the geological survey. Also with the archaeology, you can see easier where there was mounds near Cahokia, and the highway went through part of them. In the 2005 photo, you can't really see where the mounds were. So that's it.